versatility than just another nigga yelling. I appreciate that kind of style, but it's just like, I don't want that to be the entire idea of me. See, I'm just a guy who just always been making music, so I don't think of it as like my old style or this style. It's just a style I was doing at the time. Like, it's not like some shit, my origins, or like when people discover me with Veteran, like I said, like I was telling Rich earlier, when people discovered me with Veteran, that was just some shit I was doing at the time. I'd already been doing shit for years and years and years. It's just a style. So like, I'm trying to be more versatile because I like to adapt and evolve because I love music and I don't like to stay stagnant. Other people do, and that's fine too. But like for me, I just like to adapt. I'm just like a nigga who likes to skip around. I got ADHD, man. I can't fucking pay attention to shit. You know what I mean? You can hear it. You can hear what those beats. That's what my brain sounds like, yo. Yeah.
So your brain doesn't shut up.
Okay. Nah, my brain is always working. That's why I need weed to slow that shit down. I smoke weed so that I don't make a plot to take over the government and like execute it flawlessly.
Do you remember the first time you saw somebody sing back a song of yours while you were performing?
Yeah, it's on camera actually.
Really?
It was at the Roxy. I was performing that song and the crowd started rapping all the lyrics back to me, and I stopped and audibly said, damn, they know the words now.
So dope.
It was pretty crazy.
What did you feel? Was it
vindicated. Cause I've been fucking, as somebody who got 300 views every time he released something, and fucking nobody gave a shit and was ignored for years and years. I felt fucking vindicated. After years of toiling away as an underground stooge, I finally earned something back. That's how it fucking felt. It felt fucking great.
So let's say the world ends tomorrow and like 100 years.
Now.
Hey, yo, hold on. This is my motherfucking birthday, and y'all niggas just want to be like fucking spaced out. I know it's a party too, but this is a show too. You feel me? Party/show. Let's get it. We got my boy Freaky in here. Y'all know Freaky from around the block. Y'all know how he handle all y'all, so y'all need to play hard and show some love, y'all. Alright, y'all. What's good? Hey, if you got blood spark, you got different spark. Smoke up! Change the language so we can learn a little another language. It's gonna go like they got it. They got it. out here in the man just coolin'. I'm icy. And I'm bustin' all the wheels up. I'm icy. And I'm bustin' all the wheels up. I'm icy. And I'm bustin' all the wheels up. I'm icy. And I'm bustin' all the wheels up.
I'm with the gang, gang. Gang, gang, like I'm going in them. And we all roll, no smoke, we be going in them. Them niggas ask me, man, what they do? They ask me, them niggas ask me. Them niggas ask, hey, man, what they cool that shit ain't new to them, this nigga, I'm a gang, gang. Yeah, rowdy, yeah, Lord. Hey, Peggy.
Yeah. Yeah.
What that shit sound like out there?
Amazing. I'm about to cry.
Have done it again. There is so much to unpack here, and I'm sure you can't wait to dive into
You cooking us some heat?
Would you be my girlfriend?
Schwabbity wap wap wap, schwap wap, schwabbity wap 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 wap, schwabbity wap 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 wap, schwabbity wap 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 wap.
What the fuck? What? Where'd it go?
Right there. I think you're dancing and scared him.
3, 2, 1.
chorus style thing, something. This is a little too get distorted, maybe. You just play with it. Less mystery.
Shit's about to get freaky. Right, some of the ones it's just right. I actually don't want to be Associated with drug culture?
at all. Because I'm a drug addict.
Because you're a drug addict? This is about being yourself, man.
Dude, we know where that gets you. It's even cigarettes, I have a hard time, doing photo shoots with those. People always capture me with the cigarettes, and I'm just like, the fuck. I'm only smoking because I'm fucking nervous. I have to stand around and fucking like what do we eat. It's like
I've always figured you weren't in the industry because even from what I understand about your story, and I have you in my face, so you can confirm this or whether or not. From what I know about you, just from looking you up, being interested in you as a person from your music, you were just doing shit like in the '90s and whatever.
Yeah.
And then somebody from Animal Collective or some shit.
Yeah. If they wanted, I made a few copies for people that I thought were worthy enough for me to pass it to. And whether they ever listened to it or did anything with it was never. It was just kind of like I felt like the person that I came in contact with. If I met somebody, I'd just be like, "Here, I have this for you." And so I only had like a handful of copies of things to give away. And when people actually told me that they had a label or I would be like elated. I'd be just like, yeah, man. Fucking make some money on that shit. Like, you press up, yeah, spend some money and make some money on it. Yeah. But I was grateful that I didn't ask for anything. So I had labels that were interested, and so when the Animal Collective had their label, I had given them a CD. Thought it was that, and I just didn't think about it. And then like 2 months later, I got an email from one of the guys in the Animal Collective saying that they listened to it, and that they had a label, in fact, and that they wanted me to be their flagship on their label, that, you know, the first one that, you know, to start to kick it off. And so I was just like, well, yeah, go right ahead. Yeah. They said that, you know, well, you're not going to deal with us. You're going to deal with our friend who runs the label, and he's a little bit weird. I just, like, the guy was like he's blowing up my message machine, and I was just like, what are you doing, dude? Like I'm an artist, like, leave me alone. And I thought balloons were falling from the ceiling when, like, he said, do you want to go on tour? I was just like, really? And I you know, it took me about 3 tours to realize that I could have done it the whole time, and I didn't even it never even occurred to me that I thought, you know, and then by that point I was just like, stop booking it, please.
I think it's interesting, like, how it seems that the MO of a lot of press is to take something that they find and they feel it's theirs and pretend that they've known about it all along. Because, like, that's kind of, when you say you were overnight, like, you were just on all these magazines, it's just strange to me because, like, from my end as a person looking at those, it seemed like y'all were just homies the whole time or some shit. But now you telling me from the back end, it's just like they were just making it seem that way to be cool. So they used your talent to for their own, like, personal.
Well, I mean, I don't know about the press. Dude, yeah, exactly. Like, fucking suck my dick, dude.
Yeah, it's gross.
Like, I mean, like, I honestly, like, I don't need to fucking do my fuck. I never did it for you guys anyway.
Right, exactly.
Just fucking leave. I'm glad you like it. Okay, now next. You know, the stuff like being a rock star and all that kind of stuff. Like, people, like, you know, just assume it, like, fucking happens for people. I mean, like, people expect it to happen when they go for it. All my heroes and like how early they got started and if they had careers still. And so they all got started pretty early, and I was I was way over the hump, and I didn't think there was going to be any fucking way that I could make it in the industry at all. I'd make a musical, but by the time I was 27, I was well over expecting there to be any kind of attention. So I was, you know, like I already like recorded like you know a bunch of records. So there was no like kind of like, you know, difficult, you know, like second record kind of syndrome kind of thing. Like, oh, what am I gonna do now? It's like I mean, the Doldrums, when that came out with Animal Collective, that was for me that was old. I mean, that was like five years earlier. Yeah, and I was like, I've already done like ones afterwards have already been released.
You have a rare problem but I have somewhat similar. I find people reacting to things I did years ago as if like I just did it, and I'm just like, you know what? No, I don't fucking care now. You should have cared when I did it.
I like people. I like if you like my stuff. I'm stoked that you like it, and you can come up and say that you like it and stuff like that. Just don't get a little. Don't
get handsy.
Just don't get a little too close. You know, it's like, but. And don't like ask me to fucking do like 1,001 photo shoots, please, or with you know, like I have to get backstage to fucking eat my steak, dude.
You know who the worst I've seen that happen to is Steve-O. I was backstage and Steve-O just popped up. Yeah, every rapper in the room. Keep in mind, like, a lot of fucking rappers were there. Every rapper in the room.
And they don't even care.
Line up. Literally got in a line to talk to this motherfucker, including myself. I was in that line. I didn't even intend to. All of a sudden, I looked up. I was just in the fucking line. No, he's not dead yet. It was just so sad because like he was like smiling like this. He was like, and you could tell it was uncomfortable. Yeah,
was it uncomfortable?
It was a hostage photo shoot.
He seems like somebody who like really.
I think he's like sober or something.
He's sober now.
But everybody is, so who cares?
Yeah, except for me. No, I definitely like. I wave a flag for freaks.
Yeah.
I definitely
weirdos.
But I'm more normal now. The world got freakier. They came my way. Like I didn't have to change for them. So, yeah.